When you make a conscious decision to step down in your career, it is normally because you've had some sort of life event that has made you decide to deprioritize your career. So that message is being communicated to hiring managers, to employers. They know that. So when you look at them and say, I really want this job, I don't want a higher level job anymore, it's going to feel suspect to them. One, they're going to think the worst. Remember, they're hiring you, they're paying you a lot of money to do a job. So if you don't work out, it's a poor reflection on them. And there's a lot of studies to show that the cost of turnover, when we put the wrong person in the job, or we put somebody that says they're right for the job in the job, and then they decide it's not right for them, that turnover is very expensive to companies. So they want to get it right. And there are going to be some red flags about you because one, they're going to say, well, gee, what's going on that they're willing to take a step down? Is there something going on in their personal life that suddenly means that they're not going to be at work anymore? You know, is there something going on health related? Now, before you attack me in the comments and say that's all illegal, JT, it is. Yes, of course, there are certain rules around discrimination, but you aren't on board yet. This is the hiring process, and they're still trying to make the right hire. So when there's a sea of candidates out there, many of which who are saying, I want this job because I want to grow, I want my career to become, bigger and better, to them, that's a forward trajectory. That's the kind of talent that they want to have in the job. Whereas what you're presenting to yourself is a negative trajectory, going backwards, sliding backwards. So hopefully you can understand this. I really want to put you in the mindset of the recruiter and the hiring manager and help you understand they're looking for that person that's moving forward in their career and their lives, not backwards. So how many times have I seen somebody say, I don't get it, JT. I go into these interviews and I tell them all the qualifications I have. I'm overqualified for the job. I'm a Jack or Jill of all trades. I can do anything that they need, but I want this job because it's easier. It'll be a better fit for my life, and they don't buy it. Again, that's when you sound too good to be true. You're suspect. It doesn't make sense. It's not equitable. And that's the point I want to make to you today. If you want to be able to get a job at a different level, you still need to make an equitable partnership. So what is that? Well, I tell you all the time that you are not an employee, you are a business of one, and you should think like a business of one. And you are a service provider providing a very expensive service. Now, if you want that customer to buy from you, you can't be the Ferrari or the BMW if what they're looking for is, the Subaru, okay? You can't be that high end, thing, because to them, you're overpriced and you're probably not going to be happy there. So you don't want to go in with that mentality. Instead, you want to go in with a nice long list of things they have that you really need and want that would make you never want to leave the job. You are going to have to sell them on that. So don't sell them on the fact that you can do everything and that you're overqualified. That's literally selling yourself out of the job. Instead, you want to sit down and say, yes, I do have a lot of experience, but over the years, I've learned that there are always new things to learn. And that's why I'm really excited about this job. And what you can do is point out the new technologies that you'd be learning there. Maybe it's a new industry. Maybe it's a new type of customer. Maybe they do things a different way than you're used to in the past. You want to emphasize all of the things that they have in this particular job that would be giving you an opportunity to learn and grow. That way you still sound like what? You're moving forward in your career. And that's what they want to hire. Somebody who is still moving forward. And there are lots of ways to move forward in your career, folks, that doesn't require you taking on extra work and stressing yourself out. Being able to say, look, I want to step back and do this job. I know how to do this job and do it well, but that's going to give me the opportunity to really get better in these areas. And your job is going to enable me to do that. You want to be really specific, because the more you can show them, there's a lot of advantages to you being there, so much so that you would never want to leave the job or lose it. Now they can consider you for the job because now it feels equitable. It doesn't feel like you're this thing that's way up here that's going to leave them the moment a better opportunity comes along, which is exactly what they're thinking. Now you've really made the case that this is exactly where you want to be, okay? By showing them how much they have, how much they can provide you in this business partnership.